Hello, hello, hello. I am Rochel Marie Lawson, the Queen of Feeling Fabulous, and welcome to the Blissful Living Podcast. Today, y'all, we are going to be talking about exceptional women being brave, bold, and unstoppable. And I have one of the most, probably the most exceptional woman I know on the show today. So stay tuned. I'm going to introduce her, but let me take care of some business with you guys first. First of all, if you like the show, please subscribe to it, share it with everyone you love and care about. Pay attention to some of the stuff that we are going to be talking about, and please stay till the end because I have something I want to share, and I'm going to let the guests share something with you as well. Um, lastly, this is a great time to find a place to sit back, relax, get something to write with, and your favorite beverage, and take a few moments for yourself, because I guarantee that during my conversation with the guest today, we two girlfriends just having a conversation, you are going to learn some nuggets of gold that you are going to want to capture so that you can incorporate them in your life immediately. And we just getting started. So I'm going to give you time to do that. I'm going to take care of business. I want to thank one of our sponsors, Blissful Living for You at blissfullivingforyou.com. You want to go check them out because they have an event coming up that you will want to be at. And I'm going to tell you more about that as we proceed through the show. And so check them out. They have some really, really exceptional things to help you step into really unlocking your bliss, taking care of your wellness, wisdom, and wealth, so that you can step into not only having, but living the life of your dreams. So check them out at blissfullivingforyou.com, and that's blissful living, the number 4, the letter U.com. Next, I want to thank the sponsor, All Day Cable Incorporated, the premier woman-owned, minority-owned telecommunications installation company in Silicon Valley, and one of the first companies to be woman-owned and minority-owned in that industry. They've been in business since 1989, and their specialty is telecom distribution, installation of voice, data, fiber, wireless system, audio, video, speaker, fire alarm, cabling, whatever you need so that you can communicate with your customers more effectively, efficiently. Their motto is they make the right connections so that you can too, because there's money lost if you don't make those right connections. So check them out at alldaykableInc.com. Now, all y'all ready? Y'all had time to get the paper. You had time to get you something to drink. You had time to tell your family, give me a few minutes because I've got to get my stuff together so that I can be the best for you guys. And let me tell you about the guest. I'm going to introduce her. Now, her name is Dr. Michelle S. Thomas. And Dr. Michelle S. Thomas is like my twin from another mother. Here's the thing. She is an exceptional woman. She is brave, she's bold, and she is unstoppable. And she is a gal that you need to connect with if you're ready to step into that world. Because you know what? As much as people say everybody ain't ready to play where we play at. And I'm just going to keep it real. But if you're ready, then you want to definitely get to know this gal here. So I'm not going to take the stage from her by just going on and on and on and doing her bio and all that. I'm going to let her tell us or you all what she would like for you to know with regards to this exceptional, brave, bold, unstoppable, successful woman that she is. Michelle, Dr. Michelle. Michelle, do you prefer Dr. Michelle or Michelle? What's your preference?
Whichever one's gonna make the check clear. No.
See, I told y'all.
Whichever one you can go and fill that payment out. No. So listen, I love the title Dr. Michelle S. Thomas, but I want to always put that in perspective. I want people to understand what I am the doctor of. For 35 plus years, my whole entire life, I have specialized in people. I have studied, I have immersed myself in understanding not only the why we do what we do, but how we get to that point. So I call myself your relationship surgeon because I am not one that is going to go and give you a roundabout diagnosis. I'm going to precisely pinpoint what is infecting your ability to achieve peace, prosperity, and profitability while placing you on a permanent path of success. Amen. Come on now. Come on, somebody.
Holla, preach, girl. Holla, preach. Woo! See,
So,
look,
I don't.
what you talking about. Go.
I don't put on, like, I'm not out there because I'm trying to just gather up a bunch of people. I'm just trying to hear myself. Because I can talk to myself. Let's be honest, I can talk to myself in the bathroom. I am my best friend. So we have all kind of conversations in the mirror. That's not what I'm here for. That is not what my purpose is. My purpose is to not only initiate, but to sustain change in the world, not just temporary, not just superficial, not just, and this is gonna rub some folks now, not just social media, but
Right.
real substantial change that is going to lay new bricks and new foundations for the next 5 generations. That's what I was birthed in this world for. And when Rochel tell you that we are, I call us regional twins, because our mouth is what we've always had. We've always been those people that it's not that we're looking to say what is popular, we say what is necessary.
And what is real.
And what is real.
You know, that's interesting. And people that know me, that's watching this, that knew me when I was young, they would always say, you would only not say it, but you would have this look on your face like, really? And I was like, really? I didn't even realize I was doing that. So
as a kid, you
exactly. And it did percent up, go up into my adulthood. I say something and the look on my face was like, yeah. Anyways, girls, so I want you to let's talk about being that exceptional woman. And I want you to give the viewers and the listeners your definition of what an exceptional woman is.
I'm so glad you asked that. That is so wonderful. Thank you.
You are welcome.
So anyway, here is what the Exceptional Woman Tour means to me. It is not just an event. The Exceptional Woman Tour, the whole purpose of it is so that it takes that woman who is sitting in the space that she's in right now, where she got the shut off notice, where people have counted her out, where that job doesn't look the way it's supposed to be, where that bank account ain't where it needs to be, where her life seems to be in a hole. But when she steps in the presence of the Exceptional Woman Tour environment, she understands that despite what her bank account says, despite what her family says, despite what her circumstance says, she is an exceptional woman. And as her new tribe, our goal is to not define where we feel like she should go, but let her open up herself and let all of the greatness that she was divinely appointed pour out of her and help support her in that path. So that's what I feel like an exceptional woman is. It has nothing to do with your bank account. It has nothing to do with your status. It has nothing to do with your followers. It has nothing to do with your appearance. It has nothing to do with any of the superficial things that the society and the world makes us believe, especially as women, that define us as women. We're going to change that, because no longer are we going to shy away from our intellect. No longer are we going to shy away from our strength. No longer are we going to stand in the background and stand in the corners and try to talk amongst ourselves about things and systems that we know need to be changed, can be changed, will be changed. We're going to step into the forefront, and the Exceptional Woman Enterprise is going to help you do that. And we do that by listening to people. We do that by taking what you think and what you feel and put the power. That's the key. We put the power of the numbers behind what needs to happen so that we can make a shift in what's going to happen.
Oh,
so me,
I love it. Okay, so now, like, if you guys are listening and hearing what Michelle is saying about the exceptional woman, I want her to give a little backstory about how her journey, a little bit of her journey, led her to understanding the need that we need to come together and support each other as exceptional women, as brave, bold, and unstoppable women, as women in general. So, Michelle, can you just share with the listeners a little bit? Because, sometimes people think that, well, y'all are like that. Y'all probably always been like that. You probably never had any challenges to be like that. You just like
What's
that,
the song? I
right?
woke up like this.
Right.
Girl, no,
Yeah, that ain't for real. So can
that
you
ain't her
please,
story.
right, share with the listeners a little bit about your backstory and how this led you to this point?
So listen, I I grew up. So I started out North Charlotte, North Carolina. Look, I'm always gonna be a Carolina girl. Grew up in North Charlotte, where in my mind I thought life was just what it was. But we were in a community that we were full of prostitutes and drug dealers and gangbangers or whatever. But I didn't know as a kid. I thought that that's just what life was.
Right.
However, what I learned from growing up in that environment was the power of community. That was my first understanding of community. We had a neighbor that had a garden across the field in the middle of an urban environment. But here's the thing: none of them gang bangers, none of them prostitutes, none of them crazy folks over there would touch Mr. Charlie's garden, because he walked around and made sure he established, this is my land. This is my neighborhood. And you can do whatever you want to do around this. But the kids and the people that's within this block, oh, they protected. And so I learned how the power of people standing together, how no matter what is sitting around you, how that can deflect and cocoon you off from things that are volatile, that are dangerous, that are not for you. But that was only created because that community stood together. So my father is just four of us. I have another sister, and so my father worked very hard, worked extremely hard. I watched my father work full time and go to school full time so he can get his psychology degree, so he can move us into a new environment. But the best thing was, before I moved, there was a portion of me that was already forged. There was a portion of my strength that was already established. So we moved to another part of town, went through school, went away to college. Life happened. It was traumatic, and so my path didn't happen the way that I expected it to. My journey into my greatness was more of U-turns and roadblocks and construction sites. That's what it looked like. And there was so many times in my life that every time something adverse would happen to me, I'd always ask, well, Lord, what is it? What I do? Like, in my heart, I've always cared about people. I've always been that honest person, but I will give you the shirt off my back. But I didn't seem to be putting myself in environments where people felt the same. So I felt like I was being taken advantage of. I felt like that I was being suppressed. And like we talked about that mouth. So I've always been that person, and I'm always going to tell you what's going on. But it was coupled with a spiritual gift of being able to feel and sense what people were going through. And so there was a portion in my life I remember I would get in my car every day, Rochelle, and I would say, I flipped the little visor down and I would say, now you go in here and you ain't nobody's pastor, counselor, coach, nobody. Shut up. Your life is jacked up. Go in here and shut your mouth, sit in your, do your job, and come on back home. Quit trying to save other people. Town is empty. Your life is disastrous. How you going in here and speaking life into other people's life, into other people's world? And then every afternoon, y'all, I would get back in the car and look at that same visor that was still down and go, "You did it again, didn't you? You did it again." But that was my light. That was my light. I never shied away from what I was going through. I never put on airs of, "Oh, my life is perfect." Oh, they knew, they understood where I was at. But I always had the need and the ability to speak life,
Right.
to speak community, to speak resilience, resistance to giving up on what needs to happen, and what you know, what you know, what you know, what you know. And so my career was jobs.
Right.
Other,
Right.
other folks had these great luxury careers. I had to keep the lights on. I was a single mom with kids for a long time. I financially had to figure out how to do it. But here's the another brick to my foundation, because I learned how to make life prosperous when I had no money. So I
Right.
can take them same tools now when I have the money
Right.
and be able to grow the money.
Oh,
So
love it.
how I got here, I thought for a while was a punishment until I understood the assignment. You see, I can't help other people get to where they need to go. I can't tell you and give you processes and structures and real life tools for you to use when I haven't been through it myself.
Exactly. Exactly. You know what's interesting is there's so many people out there, so many people, men and women, that are uh, teaching something that they've never experienced.
Never lived it.
They've never lived it. So there's no real roots to it. They wonder why things happen. And I don't know. It seems like just we are the type of girls that what we have to give is based on our experience with our journey. And as we've traveled down this journey, there's been, like you said, it's a construction site, roadblocks, U-turns, backups, fender benders, big boulders,
Explosion.
trees, just all kind of stuff, right? You're right, exactly. But we've learned how to get through each of these challenges and never thought at that time we were going through, what the heck is this for? Dang, I try so hard, try to be a good person. I'm caring, I'm compassionate, I take care of people. I even help people I don't really like, right? But I do it. Why am I having this challenge? But each challenge has helped us to be exceptional, to be brave, bold, unstoppable at this moment in time. And so we can share the knowledge of how to get through things people are confronted with as they travel down their journey because we not only lived it, we walked it and we've experienced it. And I think when you're coming from
Absolutely.
that point, it is so much deeper and it's so much more real and authentic. People see authenticity. You know what I'm saying? You can only do the smoke screen for so long. But after a while, the wrinkle, you can only do Botox for so long, right? And after a while, the wrinkles they start showing, things start happening you just can't control. So it's
So
beautiful. It's beautiful.
I'm gonna free somebody right now. Just right now. I'm just one sentence, and I'm gonna free somebody. Education processes, systems are essential to your success. However, they cannot be successful without, and I'm gonna make up a word, shiftability. Because here's what happens when someone gives you a template, when somebody gives you a process. What they haven't prepared you for was when it doesn't work.
Right.
So when you understand how to shift, how to acclimate to what the new objective or the new challenge that's coming, because challenges are going to happen. Don't let nobody ever convince you that a certain level of a bank account is going to eliminate you from life. It's not.
As Biggie said, more money, more problems, and that is so true. If y'all don't think Jay-Z and Beyonce had problems, okay, they got problems. They just got different kind of problems. But more money, more problems is for real. Okay, go on, Dr. Michelle. I'm sorry.
So I just want you, so sometimes we shy away from our story. And the reason I know that is because I did too. I felt like I was so embarrassed about the fact that, like I would go in for a job interview and people would always point out, oh, well, you've had a lot of jobs. And so for a moment there, I allowed that to control my idea of my greatness. And so I literally was sitting in the middle of an interview one day, y'all, and a shift happened that I didn't even call for. I had been praying for a shift, but it happened in the most unconventional time, right in the middle of the interview. And so the woman that was interviewing me was saying, well, why would I bring you in? You've been in HR, you've been in operations, you've been in finance, you've been this, you've been in real estate, you've been in. So why would I bring you into here because you've been all over the place? And for some reason, at that moment where I normally would go into my my explanation of my path.
Right.
At that moment, I stopped and I looked at her and I said, you know what? You are absolutely right. You shouldn't hire me for this job because I'm overqualified for this. I thank you for my time. And I got up, y'all, and I pushed my chair and I walked right out the interview.
Yes.
And it's because at that moment, when she read off, she thought. what she designed, what she prepared as an attack on me was a revelation to me. I have been in a lot. I do know a whole lot. So I don't need to confine myself into just this one little box because it works for someone else. I
Right.
can be me, and
I
I can be
love that.
strong and proud in who I am. And so, what I teach people that I coach, what I teach people that follow me is forget the fact that when people say think outside the box, girl, burn that box down, throw that away. Ain't no box. It's what you confine yourself within.
Exactly.
Create your own environment. Understand how you operate, your strengths, your weaknesses. I tell people all the time, and I'm so shocked when people never do this. Every quarter, I do a SWOT analysis on myself. Come on, business people, y'all need to understand this. And if you've never heard about it, then you reach out to Dr. Michelle and Rochelle, and we'll tell you what a SWOT analysis is. But
Yes.
that SWOT analysis
Imperative.
tells me where I am at that moment.
Yes.
You can't do a SWOT analysis 10 years ago and expect you to be the same person because your environment, your landscape has shifted, has changed. So you do that every quarter and figure out where you are in that moment and
Right.
what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are. And that's what you work on and continue to build on who you're supposed to be. So I'm sorry, I done took the whole interview off.
No, no,
I'm
no, no.
sorry.
That's perfect because that's a negative goal. Because I don't know if people really understand what that is. Now, I'm sure there are, but I want you to go into a little bit more detail because this is about being a brave, bold, unstoppable, and exceptional woman. And so, just for the people that may not know what that is, can you share what it is? Because it's very
Absolutely.
important. It's something I do regularly, on a regular, and have done for a long time. But it's very important because I think you just kind of talked about it, gave it, but I don't want to brush over it because it's so important for people to understand where they are right now so they can make those moves and changes to get to where they want to be tomorrow.
Absolutely. So SWOT analysis is a tangible quad resource that you can use to honestly evaluate where you are in whatever process that you're doing. You can use a SWOT analysis for your business, you can use it for your personal life, you can use it for your projections and things that you want to do. And what happens is it breaks itself up into 4 parts. You start with your strengths. It's easy for us to talk about our strengths. But the
Mm-hmm.
reason that the SWOT analysis, there's a mindset to this. The reason that the SWOT analysis starts with the strength is because it wants you to understand what you value within yourself. And then you take those same values and now you go and evaluate what your weaknesses are. If people think that weaknesses means, oh, well, my staff, this is not about your team. This is about you.
Right.
What a weakness, let's say your strength is engagement, but what is your weakness? Maybe your weakness is sustaining that engagement. Maybe your weakness is follow up. So then evaluate your weakness. Then it leads into your opportunity. People mistake what opportunities really mean. Opportunities is your chance of taking what I know I'm strong at and coupling what I know that I need some resources with. And now this is your opportunity in this box to label out a plan. Do you need more education? Do you need more training? Do you need an assistant? What needs to happen so that you can balance the weaknesses that you have now recorded? And then we move into the threats. The threats is anything that you are withholding or holding on to or letting into your environment that's going to dismantle your strengths. There's a reason that it sits catty corner to your strength. These
Mm-hmm.
threats are what are you allowing? Is that your time management? Is that competition? Is the fact that you have the same message, but you're not connecting with your audience and you refuse to update your message? What is the threat that's keeping you from achieving the goal that you set forth? So that is an overview of that SWOT analysis and how you accurately use it. And if you got a team, have everyone in the team to take that evaluation themselves, and then as a team exchange and then evaluate. Now you got to get out your feelings, especially when it comes into business. Your money, your cash don't have no emotions
It
whatsoever.
sure
So
don't.
throw that out there,
Right?
right? It don't
Mm-mm.
feel nothing. It don't grow. It don't expand. It's
It
a
says,
deal. That's
right.
and it's a tangible resource. So you got to take, and I tell my team all the time, you got to take your feelings out of it. And so if you want to grow and if you want to change, you have to be able to honestly evaluate where you are so you can project where you now want to go.
I love it. So, y'all, that's a huge nugget of gold. And I suggest if you need to rewind this part, I suggest you do it to capture it because it's I do it for my businesses and I do it personally. Um, and it's true. You do have to, if you have a team, you got to step out your feelings. With one of my businesses, it's a team of us, and we happen to be related as well. So we do this for each other. It's a trip, but it's very, very, how can I say, enlightening because you don't always know where people are, whether it's you working with family or other employees or whatever. You don't always know, or your clients, you don't know. Heck, you're even your
And
spouse.
don't
Your
and
spouse.
don't throw this information away.
Yeah.
Find yourself a binder. Okay. Everybody, I know everything you want to do on your phone, but when that phone get wet and it break down and your life cannot shut down. So at some point in time, you have to figure out another way to record some stuff. However, what I want you to do is keep this SWOT analysis handy because as you are growing and going and making shifts in your life, you want to look back on the things that you listed as your weaknesses, as your opportunities, as your threats and begin to check those boxes to see how far you've come. You want to give yourself the best pat on the back? You trail your path and see where you've arrived from over the past year, the past couple of years, over the past few quarters, so that is how big business continues to grow.
Yep.
Because don't forget the lessons that they had to learn.
And it's very interesting when you do that because when you look back, you forgot all about like, oh dang, I was there. It's a trip. You start feeling even more successful, more empowered, more energized because you see where you were and where you are now. And all of that is wisdom that's being bestowed upon you as you travel on your journey. So now, okay, oh dang, we almost at the end. So I want to say that Michelle is a speaker for the Brave, Bold, and Unstoppable Woman Summit in Detroit, and she's the keynote speaker for the San Francisco Bay Area location. Okay, so pay attention. Now, she's got something coming up that I want you guys to take note as well. So I want you to have so much Michelle and Rochel Marie and Michelle that you just want to be glued to us, so to speak. Not really, but what I'm saying, metaphorically, right?
Right.
So Michelle, tell the listeners what you got going on, girl, because you got something bad in a good way. Boss up.
Baby, let me tell you. August, what people don't understand, August is my birthday month, and August is my month that instead of celebrating me, I do everything that I can to pour out my purpose. And so this August coming up, we in the great city of Atlanta in the ATL, everybody, we have
Hey,
hey,
dirty.
come on now. We have the Exceptional Woman Tour Business Conference. Now, listen, you don't have to have a business or be in business to attend and glean something from the Exceptional Woman Business Conference because it is designed once again to meet you where you are. But we have a stage lined up of women who are successful, profitable, real women. Not somebody trying to get you into some multi-level marketing scam. Not somebody that's just trying to get you to give them money and they ain't got no deliverables. Every woman on this stage has built her empire by understanding what a deliverable is. And she is willing to stand on the Exceptional Woman Tour Business Conference and tell you her story. Not the end of the story, not showing you all the profits, but to tell you how she got there. So if you want to learn how to take your business, your career, even just your own personal life to the next level, then you need to be in the room of the Exceptional Woman Tour. It is August 27th and the 28th. We have a one day business boot camp that is going to give you every tool, resource, and everything that you need for you to start, grow, scale your business. So that again, that is August 27th and 28th in Atlanta. You can visit exceptionalwomantour.com to get your tickets. But you guys, these tickets are going fast. So I need everybody who is listening to this who can make your way to the A, get your ticket. Because once you connect yourself with this network, then you will increase your net worth.
Love it. So there y'all have it. Dr. Michelle S. Thomas and the Exceptional Women's Tour happening in Atlanta, Georgia on Saturday, August 27th. And I suggest if you're in the area, you need to get your ticket. And on top of that, September 24th in the Motor City of Detroit, Michigan, Dr. Michelle S. Thomas will be delivering some more nuggets of gold at the Brave, Bold, and Unstoppable Women's Summit. And I'll tell you how you can get more information about that. But she is also the keynote in the Bay Area, San Francisco, California, my home state, my road dogging, where I did some winding and grinding, so to speak. And you definitely want to be in the city by the Bay where the NBA basketball champions just happened to play the Golden State Warriors, right? So you can find out more information if you go to www.unstoppable-women's-summit.com. Again, that's www.unstoppable-women's-summit.com. Our information about both of our events will be on the page notes. And again, rewind. If you can't catch something or you didn't quite catch it, rewind it so you can get the information. Reach out to Dr. Michelle. Reach out to me. Share this show with other women and smart men that you love and care about, because it's all about us women uniting and doing the darn thing so that we can be the change agents for the world. So my time is up.
And you forgot to mention. So
yes, ma'am.
What the beautiful Rochelle is going to put also is she has her own discount code, you guys, for the Exceptional Woman Tour. So we're going to make sure that she delivers that information to you guys so that her tribe will be there in representation, because the goal is we can't change what's happening unless we all change together. And so that's the whole purpose.
Exactly. So pay attention, y'all. As we close out the show today, again, I want to thank Dr. Michelle S. Thomas for being a guest on the Blissful Living Podcast. I want to thank all of you for tuning in, sharing the show, subscribing to the show, because without you, I could not have been doing this for the last 11 years. I want to thank our sponsors, Blissful Living for You at Blissful Living, the number 4, the letter U.com, and also All Day Cable Inc. at All Day Cable Inc.com. Until next time, I am the Queen of Feeling Fabulous, wishing you peace to your mind, wellness to your body, tranquility to your spirit, and wellness, wisdom, and wealth. Until next time, goodbye, everybody.